Hey, welcome back. In this video, we're going to talk about compound interest. Let's go ahead and get started. The formula that you use is A equals P, open parentheses, 1 plus R, close parentheses, to the power of T, which is time. So A is the amount, the total amount it accumulates. I always told my students, think about B for balance. And we even had them change it to B, but that's not what the formula sheet will say. Principal is the original amount that was either charged, deposited, depending on the situation. Rate, but it's going to be, you'll get it in percent and you have to convert to decimal. And then T is time, which in this case is years. Let's keep going. Interest is just the cost of borrowing money or reward for lending money. So in layman's terms, if I go borrow money, I have to pay back what I borrow plus interest. If I have a savings account, the bank will pay me interest for leaving my money in that account. And typically what banks do is use your money to lend to someone else, but that's a whole nother conversation. So let's talk about simple interest. And so simple interest is the way to go, but that's not very common. Banks don't make a lot of money off of simple interest. So that's why typically your savings account will be a simple interest that you earn, and then compound interest, that's usually credit cards. So credit cards, you're going to pay for what you charge. If you don't pay it off, then you're going to, next month you'll have interest on the balance that you owe. Plus you're going to accrue interest, and you're going to have to pay interest on both of that. So it just keeps compounding. All right, let's get started. Armani is calculating the interest earned on deposit of $2,000 in an account that earns 4.2 annual compound interest after 4 years. What will be the total balance, which is why I say A should become B in the formula, after 4 years if he doesn't make any additional deposits or withdrawals? And deposits meaning add to it, withdrawal means taking it out. So I always want to start off with writing down the formula, and then you start plugging stuff in. So we don't know the ending balance. That's what we're trying to find. But we know that he started with 2,000. And we know that this is the percent. So the mistakes come from this. They see a decimal and go, oh, it's done. No, you divide by 100. And you show it by moving 2 to the left. And then in this case, it's compounded annually for 4 years. So for your calculator, you want to think about your order of operations. So the first thing you're going to solve for is this. You'll add that, and you end up with 1.042. Now you got to think about your order of operations, because now you still have your exponents. I always recommend to do one step at a time, because a lot of times kids think if you have a calculator, there's no way you're going to get it wrong. Well, if you enter it wrong, you're going to get it wrong. 1.042 to the 4th power gives me 1.1788. But we're going to try to keep it simple. It continues. And I'm going to stop there. And I'm just going to round, because I'm going to use 1.18. And I will times that by 2,000. And then that will give me the ending balance. So the answer is going to be pretty darn close to 2,360. If you're taking a STAR test in 8th grade, this typically is not open-ended. It's typically a multiple choice, but you get a calculator, you could use the entire number that's spit out. That works too. So we're going to go to the next example. Shelby put $10,000 into a retirement account that offers 4% interest compounded annually. She makes no additional deposits or withdrawals. How much interest will Shelby have earned at the end of 12 years? So I can tell you I strategically did this problem this way, because what happens is kids just start writing down the formula, they plug it in, and they think it's asking for the balance. The formula is going to give you the balance, but when you get the balance, you're going to have to subtract the 10,000. So I always want to start off with writing down the formula. The original is 10,000. We're going to convert 4%, and it'll be 0.04. And then it's 12 years. Remember, this is going to give me the balance. The question didn't ask me for the balance. 1.04 to the 12th power. So this would be 1.601, and I'm going to stop there. Get my calculator and plug this in. The ending balance, and this is probably why previous students like writing the balance, is $1,610 and roughly 32 cents. That's not what the question asked me. I can guarantee you that that will be an answer choice. It asked you for the interest. Well, if you started off with 10,000 and you ended up with 16,000, you're going to subtract that. So your interest is $6,010.32. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped. I'm going to follow up with this and make another video if you need more examples. All right, thanks.